Lydia from Hidden Gem, and thank you so much for watching. In this video, I want to talk about questions to avoid asking on a first date. From my perspective, anyway. I've been asked all of these questions, and I never enjoy it. In my opinion, first dates should be lighthearted, they should be relaxed, they should be easygoing, and they should be fun. First dates are not interviews and they are not interrogations. So I'm just gonna dive right in. The first question to avoid asking is, how's online dating going for you? Steams me up every time. I never hold it against a person if I'm asked this question or any of the questions I'm gonna tell you about, but it bothers me. It annoys me because I want to be out on a date with somebody who is more interested in learning about me and not about my dating life. Obviously, my dating life has, a lot to do with who I am and is a big part of my experiences, but it's not the only part. And it's really not a relevant part at this point in time with another person. First dates should be more about like vibing with each other and feeling each other's energy and going with the flow. If I'm asked that question, I don't feel like somebody really wants to get to know me. I think they're trying to find out something else. But I still answer the question with a smile and I pretend that it doesn't bother me, and I simply say it's going really great. I just haven't met the right person for me yet. Boom. And I leave it at that, and I hope that they don't continue on with that particular interrogation. I've had guys ask me, tell me your worst dating horror story and things of that nature. And I'm like, no, I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about us. I want to talk about this night. I don't need to sit here and badmouth people that I've met before you. I don't want to do that. So don't put me in a position where I'm gonna be compelled to. The second question is more of a backhanded compliment, which is, you seem so great. Why is it that you're still single? Oh, awesome question. Please let me tell you my whole life story. I mean, you got a couple of hours, I'm 40 years old. I can go on all night about how I got from there to here. I don't want to answer that question. I appreciate the compliment. I am great. Your observation skills are top notch, okay? But I don't want to tell you why I'm still single. There's just so much involved in that question. There's so many stories and so many past relationships that didn't work out. So I don't want to talk about that. I am sitting across from a person who I'm hoping I could potentially be in a relationship with. So digging into my past, judging up all of that stuff, it just isn't fun on a first date. I don't want to do that. Like with all of these questions. Do you want to be asked any of these? Let's avoid asking other people. The third one is, tell me about your last serious relationship. Or have you ever been in love? That question is breaking dating 101, first date 101. Don't talk about your ex on a first date. So why are you gonna put somebody in a position to do exactly that? Nobody wants to talk about their last relationship. And honestly, the person listening doesn't want to turn into a therapist. I don't want to listen to a guy complain about their ex. Which is kind of what's gonna happen. It's just natural. So I'm not knocking anybody for focusing on the bad things that had happened. And I'm not gonna put you in a position where you're gonna feel like you have to. And the last question is, have you changed a lot in the past few years? Again, this can get really personal, all right? If somebody went through a traumatic situation, a story that they don't want to divulge to somebody that they just met, you're not in that emotional place yet with the person that you're talking to. You haven't established trust yet. Talking about like these deeper things is tough. It's tough with somebody that you do know and tough with somebody that you do trust. And on a first date with somebody you don't know, it's uncomfortable, and it's gonna make an already awkward situation even more awkward. First dates, especially that come from an online dating, connection, are always awkward. Don't make them worse by asking questions like this. The person you're out on a date with is already feeling out of their comfort zone and asking them deep personal questions is gonna put them even more on edge. That's just the way it is. Okay, here's the thing about these questions, you guys. I'm not suggesting you should never ask them. They are very important questions, and they are something that you should find out a person that you're getting into a relationship with. But you don't need to find out about it right away. These stories will come out as you start getting to know somebody, and they'll probably happen in a more organic, a more natural way. The person that you're with may just start offering you the information without you even having to ask. That's how people get to know each other. Once somebody, starts becoming more comfortable with you and realizing that you are somebody that they can trust, then they'll start telling you things. Learning about a person's past and where they came from is a very important part of getting to know somebody and getting to understand somebody. Everybody wants to be understood and everybody wants to be accepted. It's a natural feeling to be afraid of other people's judgments. Even though you may know that you wouldn't judge somebody based on information that they gave you, they don't know that. If you ask any one of these questions, you're probably not gonna get like the whole truth answer. You might get tidbits or some sort of canned answer. There are so many other things that you can talk about on a first date that don't involve digging deep into people's hearts. Talk about the weather. You can talk about your favorite places to go around town. You can talk about movies. You can talk about TV. You can talk about sports. You can talk about your travels and the favorite places you've ever been, or your favorite kind of vacation. I've already rattled off like 10 things that you can talk about. You can fill an hour with just those questions. You can talk about your pets. You can talk about your kids. Talk about more like present day stuff. Talk about your drive into work. Talk about podcasts that you listen to. Talk about Donald Trump. That guy gives you so much material. I mean, come on. That one may not be the greatest idea, but you get my drift, all right? Current events, things that are going on in the news. Just out of those conversations, you'll get to know this person plenty. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that was helpful. Again, these are my opinions. I want you guys to do what's right for you. I've had a lot of experience with this, and I've been on both sides of the table. I've learned along the way what to do and what not to do and what works and what doesn't work. Take what I say with a grain of salt. Absolutely. I always encourage everybody to do that because we're all different. If you do need a little bit more guidance, you got nothing to lose by avoiding these questions. Let's put it that way. All right, you guys, again, thank you so much for watching. As always, have fun and happy